Present photograph. Most of you. Why? Because we are living in a mode which is a selfie mode. Right? We know how to edit those photographs. We want to look the best. We want to look the best groom people. From class 12 to now, we have realized that because of the time which we are living in for, it's very important to transform yourself, to go for a change, to adapt accordingly. And that's the reason, once we started in the year 97, we were known as the BPO call center. And today, over a period of 15 years, this organization has evolved from the image of a BPO call center to a business process management unit. Only and only because we have transformed according to the time. We are not known just as a call center now. We are known as a brand now. From intellectual processes, today GENPACT has a tagline which is generating impact. And if you see the tagline, it has first 3 words from Gen and the last 4 words from Pact, which makes it GENPACT. The moment you will put these words together, generating impact, and segregate these 2 words from the front 3 and the last 4, it will lead to GENPACT. That's a smarter way to put across your taglines also. This is the evolution of this organization, like I mentioned, from 97, 17 employees to today. This talks about 66,000, but yes, the present number is 67,000, which we have today. Global footprint, name any continent across, we have the presence. From Philippines to China to Japan to India to Morocco to Guatemala to Colombia to US and now Canada also. So see across global footprint for this organization. The kind of profiles we have, yes, initially once you are going for the initial stages with this organization, you have to be in a profile for initial 18 months. And that profile would be into versatile sectors like banking and insurance, banking and financial services, capital markets, healthcare, life sciences, manufacturing, consumer goods, and high tech. And once you keep on moving to the middle management level, you get the opportunities further into finance and accounting, industry-specific profiles, human resources, and then procurement and supply chain management. And then further on, if you have to move on to diversified roles, you can move into IT services or into smart decision services, which has re-engineering projects, analytics and research, and risk management also. This was one of the surveys which was done by Business Today, which talked about the top 10 companies, 12 companies which have changed India over a period of 10 years. And this change is not only to India, this change is also to the organization's images. If we talk about 10 years back, what Amul was and what Amul is today, it's a total difference. What Maruti Suzuki was 10 years back, just into a small segment car section. And today, they are competing with a global brand to get across. To name Airtel, from 2G to 3G and now to small SIM, the entire world in that SIM, 4G, because it's technology driven, changed according to the time, adapted accordingly, right? ZTV has transformed the dish TV and the cable TV network. Cafe Coffee Day, everybody would like to have a cup of tea or coffee there because that's a brand image which has changed the Indian corporate sector across. Tata Tea, of course, Jet Airways, ICICI Bank, and GENPACT also one of those, because they have also transformed from what they were to what they are, and they have also transformed from what they have given to the country over 10 years into the corporate sector. If you talk about a younger organization, the opportunities for you to become higher, because the younger the organization, the more are the expansions. The more are the expansions, more are the responsibility and the places you have in the organization. And as a result, younger people are working in this organization, you would see, and have taken the bigger positions in this organization also. Some industry accolades, almost all top awards this organization has won for themselves. How we do that? That's through smarter technology, the kind of talent pool which we have, on which, not going in much details, you can see today we have 2,700 people who are insurance certified, 2,000 people who are CAs, CPAs, 100 actually, 9,000 IT resources, PhDs and doctors also. Had just this been an organization which is a call center, these wouldn't have the people who would have been working with this organization, because we look out for people who look for industry-specific profiles also. Education at Work program with this organization is one of the most famous programs we have. Out of the 67,000 employees we have, almost 15,000 people are enrolled in different programs at Education at Work. Once you complete 6 months in this organization, you become eligible to enroll yourself for various courses we have in this organization while working with this organization itself. We have tie-ups with various institutes, universities, to name a few are IIMs, XLRI, Narsing Munjai, SP Jain, Stanford University US and Harvard Mentor. These are the ones who are being associated with this organization for various management programs for the employees. Apart from that, people who have keen interest in finance and accounting are becoming eligible for various profiles to go through CPAs and CMA and CFA programs with this organization itself. And apart from that, regular trainings are always a mandate part of this organization. And once you are doing this particular program with us, which is Education at Work, one advantage, of course, you add 1 degree or diploma to your resume, that's one part. Secondly, once I would be going through the growth path, from one level to the next level, if you are enrolled and successfully completed this program with us, you skip one level of promotion and move to the next level of promotion directly. That means initial 18 to 24 months are skipped and you move to the next level. And the third part is, majority of these programs, you can have a reimbursement of 50 to 60% of your fee, because if you're working with this organization, you can take the opportunity to reimburse that amount back to you also. So that's the advantage for you to go for Education at Work program. Attrition, like I mentioned, is the lowest in the industry, and the vintage I talked about from average 6 months to 5 years in this industry. Like I mentioned, the employee value proposition for this organization is learn, grow and succeed for yourself. The initial stage, give time for yourself to learn from the organization. Then take the time to grow with the organization, and then of course succeed and make a path for yourself in this organization. One of the studies, one of the #1 companies to work across, because being an employee-centric organization. Majority of the people who get placed with this organization and take the offer letters initially from us, in the month of March and April, we invite you to come to GENPACT office and witness the working of this organization also, because that would give you an additional insight of this organization as to how we work, what are the facilities we have, what's the vicinity of this organization, what's the transport facility we have. It's all taken care once you come during the Campus Connect program with us in the month of March and April. What we looking from you as a campus candidate? And of course, once we talk about, these are the basic skills we look in. Majority of these people would have these skills in you, but you have not realized your potential for that. This organization will try to work on these basic skills you have for yourself, and would like to grow for yourself and hone the skills you have in you. If we talk about skills, like, person should have a positive attitude, you should have influencing skills, you should have a passion for your work, a visible energy should be there with you once doing the work. You should have flawless execution as to what you have to do, and of course, you should have an ability to deliver as to what you have been asked to do. And to go beyond that, it has to cover with one major part, which is communication. The reason behind that is, we are an organization which has global clients. And if you are a global organization, you are connected with the rest of the world through a global language, and the connecting global languages, looking in for? Are you able to express yourself through the right English we are looking in for? Right English means right grammar, right prepositions, right articles, right vocabulary, using the right word at the right place, and right pronunciation. These are the factors which constitute correct English. And that is something which we are looking in from an ideal campus candidate. This is the growth path people have for themselves. Like I mentioned, you start from the basic level, which is a process associate. You spend 18 to 24 months in that role, move on to the next role, which is process developer. Then 18 to 24 months, next role, which is management trainee. And this keeps on going when you keep on moving up into the ladder, going to assistant manager, managers, senior managers, AVPs, VPs, and SVPs. And of course, at every level, your performance is the only factor which determines your growth in this organization. And like I mentioned, it's not only one process you keep on working for entire life. You can move within the process after you complete first initial 18 months. You can have a vertical as well as a horizontal growth for yourself in your career. Some of the compensation and benefits while you're working with this organization. Apart from your basic salaries you would be getting in for, you would be also entitled for annual bonus, which is given in the month of March and April to every employee in this organization. Subsidized education, like I mentioned, is education at work program. Transport, yes, of course, it's one of the major factors people look in for once they're working for the organization. We have different offices across in Gurgaon and Noida. We have 5 offices in Gurgaon and 2 offices in Noida now. And all these offices are well connected through a good network of transport. If you're working with this organization and you happen to work in the shift timings, which is 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., you would be provided with one-sided or two-sided transport depending on your shift timings. In case you use the company transport, all the cabs are fitted with GPS systems. The moment you board the cab, you will get a message on your phone. And the moment you get dropped back to your residence, mark my words, residence, that means it's a home drop. The moment you are dropped back to your residence, you would have to revert back to the wheels team, which is the transport team, that yes, I have been dropped safely at my residence. In case you don't revert on that message, your supervisors would be connected and they would have to connect with you and confirm whether you have been dropped safely at your residences or not. In case your supervisors don't reply in the next half an hour, it keeps on going to the next level, and accordingly they have to confirm whether the employee has been dropped safely or not. In case you happen to be the last female employee to be dropped in your cab roster, it happens, could be a possibility, you are the last one to be dropped, or you are the first one to be picked in the morning. The cab has to accompany with a security guard, and this security guard is not the same guard who has to be accompanied in the same cab. Every time, the security guard and the cab driver are rostered in such a way that the same driver and the same guard are not in that week roster together, so that the security of the female employees is taken care to avoid the liaising of the drivers and the security guards also. And same happens again, you would have to revert on the messages once you are dropped safely at your residences. People who work in the shift timings from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., they might be thinking, what about our transport facility now? So, GENPACT has made its arrangement to 2 metro stations by regular flying of the shuttle services after every half an hour. So, from Botanical Garden Metro Station in Noida and from MG Road Metro Station in Gurgaon, there would be regular shuttles which will keep on flying every half an hour, taking employees from that location and getting employees back from offices to the metro stations. So every half an hour, this frequency is set in such a way that regular shuttles keep on flying in these routes. And you need not to pay even a single penny once you are using these shuttle services to use the transport facility from metro stations to office or from office to the nearest metro station. medical room is one of the facilities we have tied up with Fortis and Apollo, whereby panel of doctors are always available 24/7 in this organization to take care for the medical services. Apart from your regular packages you have for yourself, there would be customer awards, there would be rewards and recognitions in the form of cheer points, which could be vouchers from Shoppers Stop, various other organizations, and which are available on the basis of your performance only. Apart from that, you would have customer awards, which could be in the form of dollar payout or in the form of lucky dips, which you have, whereby you win various goodies for yourself from the client side also. Health and wellness programs are a regular part of this organization. Then you have